Haley. Come on. Hurry up. There we go. Okay, share. There we go. All right. What's up, Greg? Okay, I don't know how to help you with that, but try to restart it, or if you can't restart it, just at least for these notes, just try to take it on something else, either a notepad or Word, however that works out for you. But try to restart your iPad. Okay. All right, let's get started. All right, this corresponds to page 56 of our textbook. Right? Prepositions and contractions and conjunction words. So the first slide we're going to do is this here. Okay. 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 Start writing some of this down, but I'm going to explain it to you. Okay. Whenever you're referring to certain words, okay, if you're masculine, for example, okay, if you want to say, let's go to the movies, okay, ordinarily you would need this, the and the le. Okay? You would need that to go to the movies. But in French, for contraction rules, this needs to switch to AU. So instead of saying, let's go to the movies using un and le, we use this, au cinéma, instead of le cinéma. Okay? So write this down, and then we're going to go over some examples. Okay, some examples. So write that down, right, and you're going to use that later on for the textbook work. Okay? You see there for the masculine and for the feminine. Right? If you have a, la, right, unlike the masculine, it does not change. Right? It stays a, la. Right? You can see there the examples, how they change and how sometimes they don't change. For plural, right, if you wanted to say the video games, okay, you need to get rid of a and le and change it to aux. Okay, again, we're going to go over some examples later on, okay, but please just write this down. Okay, it's going to be useful when you work on. Okay, and the textbook work is you're basically going to have to fill in, right, using the correct of the textbook work. Okay, who's still writing that down? Okay. Keep that because you need to have that written down. Once you're done, honey, right, I'm going to show you and explain this example up here. Yeah, and make sure you copy it exactly as you see it there, right, with the arrows connecting to the right contraction. The essential point of this is realizing first that if you want to say, I like going to the movies, right, you need to change this up. Right? This means I like going to the movies. Right? But as you can see up there, once we have a and le, like back to back like this, and it's masculine, we have to change it to a you. Right? So this has to change to this. Whenever you have this a and the le, like this back to back, we have to change it to a you. And again, that sentence means, right, I like going to the movies, the movie theater. Right? But this, the le, has to change. We have to change it to a you. It still means, right, I like going to the movie theater, but this and this together, right, does not make sense in French. So it has to change. We have to transform it into a you. Right? And that's what that chart there is telling you to do. And if you had la, right, if this was a feminine word, as the chart tells you, it does not change. Right? You can see there. You see when it does change. The plural and the masculine. Okay, let's take a look at another example. You have that written down, Tihani? Okay. Okay, let's take a look at this. Okay, remember, centre commercial, right? That's the mall, right? A shopping center, right? It's masculine, right? That sentence there says, here is the mall. Okay. If we want to say, however, this weekend, right, ce weekend, j'aime aller au cinéma, then the le, or the le, again, just like that sentence there, has to change to a you. Okay? Whenever it's masculine and you want to say the, I'm going to the, it has to change to a you. Right? It would be incorrect there if we kept the le. If we kept the le. Right? We need to change it to if it's masculine, it has to change to a you. Le centre commercial, ce week-end, j'aime aller au centre commercial. Not j'aime aller le, right? Or à le. Right? It has to change to a you. Let's take a look at another example. Okay. Le café, we should know that le café means, right, the coffee shop, right? The coffee shop. It's masculine, right? The first sentence, here is the coffee shop, okay? But now we want to say something else. This weekend, right, I'm eating at the coffee shop with a friend, okay? We see that we can't keep the LE. It has to change to AU, okay? We can't say this weekend, I'm eating at the, right? We have to get rid of that and we have to change it to this. We have to. Okay, if you want to say at the, this weekend I am eating at the coffee shop, we have to change it to a you. Okay, remember, again, take a look at that chart, right, that you should have written down. Let's take a look at another example.
Okay. Based on the chart, right, that you have, you should know that if we want to say at the, right, for plural, LES, it's going to have to change to AUX. Okay, based on the chart, you should have that written down. You should be looking at that. Okay, here are the stores, right, or the shops. Okay, this weekend, right, I like going to the shops. Okay, we cannot keep the LES. We have to change it, right, to AUX. Okay, we have to change it. Remember, it's AUX because it's plural, right? It's LES. It has to change to AUX, not just AU, right? That's only for LE. Right? And just like our chart tells us, whenever it's an L apostrophe, okay, nothing really changes, right? If the ah was already there, the ah would follow it into that next sentence. Okay? In this case up there, it was not there, so we have to add it back in. Okay? But for these ones, for the A, L apostrophe, not a whole lot changes. Remember, on our chart, it should tell us, right, if the ah, if the A is already there, it moves on. Right? You keep the ah, okay? So again, all right, make sure we have this chart. Okay? For the masculine, for the feminine, right, for the apostrophe, when there's a vowel, right, remember that's why we have the apostrophe, because the next word starts with a vowel. And then what we need to do if it's plural, okay? We need to change it to these. Bless you. Okay, please make sure you write down those 3 examples on the left. We're going to have to change what is included, right? Okay, you should be able to tell these are all masculine, right? They're all LE. And we're going to go through these together. Je travaille à le cinéma. I work at the movie theater. Je mange à le café. I eat at the coffee shop. Je joue au foot à le stade. I play soccer at the stadium. Hey, based on the chart that we have, we know that we're going to have to change. And you should have those written down. Based on the chart that we have, we need to know that A and le changes into AU. So this is the correct sentence. If you want to say, I work at the, remember, that's what at the movie theater. I work at the movie theater. We have to change the A and LE into this. Remember, you should have that chart. It should tell you that exactly. Same thing for the next one. Right? We need to change it. It's A and le. It has to change into AU. I eat at the coffee. For the masculine, this is the correct way to say it at the. Again, A and then LE. Based on our chart, it has to change into this, into AU. Same thing for this next one. I play soccer at the stadium. AU has to change into AU. Okay, those are 3 examples for the masculine version. Right? A and LE, we need to change it to O. Je joue au foot au stade. Je mange au café. Je travaille au cinéma. Okay? Remember, that means at the. For the masculine. So again, please make sure you have those examples written down for the masculine. Again, for the textbook work, right, you're going to have to tell me, right, if you have A and LE, what does it mean? And then you're going to have to select the right one. Remember, this is only for the masculine, whenever you have A and LE. Okay? For the feminine, when you have a, la, right? Now, it's feminine. And we should know from our chart, it does not change, right? If it's feminine, if you have la, it does not change to AU, right? Remember, our chart tells us that. Again, this is the feminine way to write and to say at the. I swim at the beach. It's feminine. We don't need to change it to AU. Right, same thing for this next one. I swim at the pool. Feminine, no need to change it. Okay, so again, the masculine, you have to change it to AU if you want to say at the. Feminine, no need for change. Okay? Feminine will probably be easier to remember, right? You need to look for la. Oh, there's la in there. We don't need to change it. Okay, everyone have that? Now, the apostrophe, right? When there is a vowel. Okay, from our chart, again, that chart is going to be handy, especially when you study. We should know from our chart, same thing, right? It's A, L apostrophe. The next word starts with the vowel. It does not change. It does not change when it's L apostrophe because of the vowel, right? That's what voyelle means, right? That means vowel in French. I study at the school. Doesn't change. For the again, it does not change. J'étudie à l'école, je mange à l'hôtel. Right? There's a vowel, right? There's an L apostrophe. It does not change. Okay? Doesn't change. Now for the last one, the plural, we should know again from our chart that this time it is going to change, just like the masculine, except we're going to add an extra letter. All right, for the plural, I like going to the stores or to the shops. Right? We should notice immediately, oh, it's LES, it's plural. To say at the correctly, we have to change it to AUX. J'aime aller au magasin. That's how you correctly say I like going to the. I like going to the stores. Again, it's plural. There's LES. From our chart, we should know that it has to change, right, into O, AUX. Same thing with the second one there. Right? I like playing video games. Right? I like playing video games. Same thing. There's A and LES together. We need to change it to AUX. All right, so based on our chart and based on these examples, we know that we only change it, right, when it's masculine, when it's A and LE, and when it's plural, when there's A and LES. Okay? If it's feminine, or if there's the vowel and the apostrophe, we keep it the same way. It does not change. All right, everyone got that? Okay, we only change the plural and the masculine. Okay, so make sure you have that last slide copied down. Okay, then we're going to work on the textbook. Before you start working on that, okay, don't work on it yet. Okay, I'm going to just go through some of them with you, all right, so you know what you're doing. So make sure you have that last slide copied down, and then I'll pull up our textbook. Okay, this is page 56, right? 56 of our textbook, page 56. And you'll see there on that page, right, it has a nice little short review of those grammar rules we just went over. Right? What happens when it's masculine, what happens when it's plural, what happens when it's feminine, and what happens when there's L apostrophe. Right? So there's a nice little review there before you do number 27 and 28. Right? You'll see there for number 27. So for example, Ford and Moses, and then we have coffee shop. You should know that coffee shop is masculine. It's masculine. Look at it. We know it's masculine. We know it has to be A, B. But you can't tell L apostrophe. This is not about it. And the only logical answer here is that can't be A, L apostrophe. That's the first one is Ford and Moses. Oh, circle that one. Okay. And you need to do that for the rest of these. Look at, is it masculine? Is it feminine? Is it plural? And then select the correct one based on that. For number 28, you're actually going to have to write something out. Okay? I'm going to do the one with you guys. Let's take a look. First of all, make sure you the directions and take a look at the model, the example. You'll notice that you're going to need to add in the correct contraction, and you're going to need to conjugate the middle verb. Okay, so for number one, we have Antoine, that's the name. We have the verb to study, étudier, and then we have the word for library, bibliothèque. Okay, so for number one, you can just write Antoine. And now we have the ER verb étudier. We have the ER verb étudier. So we need to conjugate that because the ER is still there. So you're going to have to look at your notes for ER verb conjugations. For Antoine, it's a he, so it's il. So we need to use the ending for e. So we have to drop the ER and add in the e because that's the correct ending for he, and Antoine is a he. Okay, so Antoine étudie and bibliothèque. Bibliothèque, we need to look at the fact that it's feminine. So now we know it's feminine, we don't need to change this to anything, and we just add bibliothèque. Okay?
So again, we have to conjugate the ER verb to match he, and then we have to add the correct contraction. Right? So you need to do that for 2 through 6. Okay? You need to look at the ER verb for number 2 is manger, to eat. Right? How she got is a girl, it's a she. So what is the correct ending for she for that verb? And then you need to determine which contraction you need to use. And remember, if you're stuck, all you need to do is scroll up at the top of the page, and there you see, right, the options for the contractions, right, with some examples there. So again, if you're stuck, take a look at this up here and help use this to help you with this question. But again, for 28, you need to conjugate the middle verb. You can't just keep it with the ER ending. You're going to have to conjugate it. You have the ER verb endings in your notes. You're going to need to look at that and conjugate them appropriately. So, this is what you need to be working on for at least a good chunk of the period. And then, when we have about 10 minutes after class, we're going to do a little short review for the quiz tomorrow, based on the slides from last week. If you have a question, right, on one of the problems as you're working on this, right, raise your hand and I'll come over to you, especially if you're confused about something. Right? Please use me. Okay? But this is what we're working on. You have some time to work on this, and then we'll do the short review, and then we'll watch that trailer video for our series. Again, as you're doing this, take a look at that chart that you wrote in your notes.